Well, it's another little chilly night here, and I'm making progress on make sure this is working. Made progress on sign today. Had a bunch of customers stop by, and sold a few pieces, which is always a good day. Selling a bear a day keeps the doctor away, or however that saying goes. But I'll kind of show you where we're at right now. I don't know if this is the best angle or not, but that's what we're going to do. So I added a little burn to it, and let's see if the light will pick it up some. I did a lot of chisel work and didn't show up much after the burn. It kind of sold everything in, and I was kind of whittling today, talking to customers. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to work on adding a little paint, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a paint stain kind of thing, because I want a lot of the burn in the wood to come through. The whole theme of it's pretty rusticy, so I don't want it just a super bright red, and sometimes you add too much paint to it, it can take away from the carving itself. Dusty's in the trash can. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I think that's what I'm working on right now. I'm gonna add some black to the lettering, and I think I'll do that afterwards so I can get in here with the paint. I'm gonna grab a plate real quick. Okay. Get out of there. Stop. So yeah, this is kind of my end of the day. It's my favorite part of the day. Kind of close down the shop. Hang out here by myself for a little while, and you guys. Shabagala, what's up, buddy? And I got my phone on here so I can actually see the chats at the same time. I think I like this red here. It's called Permanent Red, but it's got a pretty nice hue to it. So I'm just gonna add a little water. And kind of create more of a by thinning the paint down. And the nice thing about this, you can always go a little bit thicker and a little bit darker. Because after I get everything painted, I'm going to hit it with the stain, and the stain's really going to pull everything together. So this has a little more of a pinkish touch to it, but I think that stain will pull that natural wood through it. Let's see how this goes. Might be a little thin. Yeah, it's a little pinkish. Let's start this as the base. Where are you from, Shavagala? Old Bob Ross right now. Little happy feathers. Okay. Sure, get underneath it. And this is a little pinker than I wanted it to be. But we'll feather brush in some highlights and some lowlights. I think this is a good little base for everything. And I think it's picking it up okay. Let me see. I'm looking at my phone at the same time. So we're just leaving a lot of the burnt wood through it, so it's naturally giving that contrast against the red, so it's not just a very vibrant red. And then, like I said, with the stain on top of it, it'll really pull it together. How's it going, Glenn? Prince Edward, Atlantic Canada coast. Canada? Were you, you're not the same guy that was here a couple weeks ago, huh? How's the weather up in Canada right now? Because I started out complaining that it's cold, but I know it's not as cold as Canada. I'm gonna hit the back side of this. And then I'll show you, once I get done with this, the back piece that's going to be, I'm going to attach it and glue it to it. Snowing. Yeah, we don't have any snow here yet, so you guys can keep that in Canada. So like I said, by thinning out the paint like this, it's not so much covering up all the work, and it's allowing those highlights and lowlights to shine through. Minus 14 degrees. I would I would shut down at minus 14, man. It was 20 this morning, and I'll be honest with you, I stayed in my truck for a little longer than probably usual, and during the day it was nice. It was probably in the 50s today, so I'll take that. I did not build a fire today, and I need a little more water. I'll be right back. Not build a fire, so I got 3 layers, and these are insulated bibs with some sweatpants on underneath it and winter socks. So all I do is just add a little more water to this, and I'll put a close up to it. Friday, it's going to be +5. Is that the high? The +5? Or is that warm for y'all? I had some friends up that way. Actually, I think they ended up moving to New York, but I believe they were outside of Ontario. I actually have a couple pieces that made their way from Tennessee to Canada. One was for a little local auction here for kids. This guy has a motorcycle, and he put it on the back of his motorcycle and drove it up there. And the other one got well, I don't think it's illegal. But the other one was in an RV. +5. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not for me, Glenn. That is not for me. So I'm not super mad at this color. I think it's vibrant enough that when I stain it, it's not going to disappear. I like everything to be a little subtle. You can see with the watering down the paint, all that burn and everything is still shining through, and so it's still giving some depth and the feathers. And all I did was I hand chiseled them, just enough to give it some dimension. I didn't come through and like do every little vein and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna take the black now, and I think I want the black to be pretty prominent on here. So I don't believe I'm going to water it down at all. how it looked. And I'm fairly happy with the piece. Kinda. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really like anything I make. But I think that's what keeps you going. So there is still some I kind of used some of that watered down red just to give it a little blend. Holy cow! Yeah, I personally have never been to Canada, but with that kind of weather, to be honest with you, I'm not real interested. What do you guys do up in Canada? Dusty saying hi. Have y'all gotten into carving or anything? Adding a little black in some places to kind of cheat some depth. That's awesome, brother. That is so cool. I know concrete's hard work. I get a buddy that will be joining us here soon. He did concrete for a long time. I get to dabble a little bit into it. When I say dabble, I'm just doing like 4 little sections, but I guess there's a see what's going on inside. Weird noises happening tonight. What's your favorite piece you made so far? Am I saying that right? Shabagala? Is that right? I feel like I'm just saying it terrible. Glenn, that's awesome, man. That is so cool. The carving community has really grown so much, and You know, I'm pretty fortunate to meet so many different people from all over the place. You know, there's a ton of people getting into it that have never tried it before, and man, it just makes my heart happy, to be honest with you. Then somewhere, throw stuff in the house. It's so cool, man. Yeah, I guess with a minus 14, you ain't doing much of stuff outside. I mean, at least I wouldn't. I mean, I struggle with our little winters here. Everything gets a little harder to get going. I drink a lot more coffee. For this beak, I'm just going to use yellow ochre. It's the same color I use for my bear's eyes. And for the beak and the black around the face, I didn't thin it down at all. I wanted those to be pretty prominent, but I want the feathers and all that to kind of I'm just looking at that color of the legs right now. They're a little more of a natural tone. A little more gray. I'll try that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that. Is that the kind of the silhouette bear statue? I remember you telling me something about that. I don't know if that was on here or did you email me or message me or but I do remember that. Found this color earlier. I really like it's called warm gray, and I think with these feet, I'm just gonna do that. It's just watered down warm gray, and I think with the stain, and I'll show you that process here in a little while. But I think it'll pull up. Yeah, so the yellow ochre. I mean, like I said, we all have our own little ways and different things of doing stuff, but I was shown that many years ago from a local painter here, and they had to be every bit of 15 years ago. It's just something I've stuck with. And honestly, this wintertime, I'm gonna change up my bear's eyes a little bit. I've been trying some new things, just move some stuff around with the face and the ears and the muzzle, and dragging stuff a little bit more. And, a couple things I like, a couple things I really didn't like, and I'm just going to explore it a little bit more. But one thing for sure, this winter, I'm going to take a little extra time to. I want to add a little more life, a little more soul to their eyes, and really push, try new things. That's my favorite thing with carving, and it probably keeps my ADD in check pretty well. Is it's always challenging, right? So every piece is so different. Um, and with that, I just want to continue to push and continue to try to keep creating some of the best pieces on a daily basis. And my plan is to take some time this winter. Right now, it's really busy. And honestly, I don't have time to like edit and do all this stuff, but I want to do some follow-up videos where I can actually take time to kind of go step by step with everything, because this is more real life carving. I feel like every piece I do, like I have the vision in my head, and I said this last night, but I'm just trying to get there. And sometimes the stuff I try works, sometimes it doesn't. But that's the cool thing about wood. It can be sanded, it can be grinded. I like that color. I was trying to add some maybe some highlights. I didn't particularly like that gray, so I think I'm gonna take some actual white and just kind of feather brush. If I can find it. Left it outside. See you, Glenn. I just did a set of lines on how the pupil is recessed and towards the painted. Added a nice effect for depth. Yeah, I've seen a lot of carvers do that, and I think in the past I've tried it previously, and it really does add like a really nice look to it. Kind of just going off what I just said is, I know what I want them to look like. I just got to take the time to figure out how to get them there. And so a lot of times with carvings, I'll look at pictures, and I recommend everybody do that. Just to I feel like this too much. Too much white. I'll look at pictures constantly, because I'll create the vision in my head, I guess, and I get into it, and then I'll forget to look at pictures. And then I'll look at another picture and I'm like, oh crap. Completely went the opposite way where I should have went. What's up, Caitlin? Yeah, I've done So what I usually do is I use like a warm satin on all the pizzas, and it gives it like just a nice, soft kind of glow to it. And then I'll actually come back with like a high gloss, and I'll hit the nose and the eyes to make them a little more glassy. But I definitely want to, the way I've been carving them, they look great. That sounds a little pretentious, I guess, but I want to change them. Been doing the same way for a while, and I feel like it's time to update them a little bit. So I'll definitely try a couple different things, and then I'll let you guys know. This is what. So I'll probably have. A few more hours in this. How y'all doing up on the mountain, Kate? You guys holding out strong? I think I'm gonna let this kind of dry. I'll show you where we're at right now. So you can see I added a little bit of white. It's a little bright in a couple spots, but I think that stain's gonna calm it down a little bit. And then I'm gonna let this dry, so I'll come back to it if I need to add another little feather brushing here and there. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and paint the letters black, so they're more prominent. And this looks crazy right now. But this is going to be the second piece that I'm going to attach. My plan tonight is just get everything glued and screwed together and let it sit all night, fully sit and cure. So it doesn't look like much right now, but when you add this on top of it, it'll pull together pretty nicely. Go ahead and add some blacks, these stand out. And I think I touched base on it last night. Is so instead of carving the letters into it like I typically do, I carved around it, so the letters were sticking up, and it takes longer, but it just gives it a nicer finish. And these customers in particular have been so patient, which I'm grateful for. This is one that's been waiting on me for a little while. So what I'm gonna do is get these letters painted in, and then I'm actually going to cheat a little bit. And I'm going to take a Sharpie and clean up the lines. And this paintbrush is pretty wore out, so I know it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. I just don't have the best of ways. I might have lied to you. I have my laptop screwed, my tablet screwed to a piece of wood, so let's see if we can. Oh, that might be better yet. Yeah, minus the jack in the way. There we go. I don't know, I didn't think of that earlier. Actually, I like doing these videos. It's more raw, and I feel like it's a lot more get to spend time with you guys. And I guess in a weird way, you can just watch me work. So it's not the most exciting. There's not a bunch of music in the background. It's not edited, obviously. But this is the real life. Usually I have my headphones in, listen to music. Been listening to a lot of comedy shows lately. Yeah, man, that's what I feel like too at night. This was always my favorite part of the day. It was just like chilling in the shed, man. Just you know, I'd have the speaker going and the music just blasting. And in the summertime, it's my favorite because I have a little fire out front, and do some cooking, and kind of enjoy the end of a crazy day. And they've been rocking next door with barbecue and doing the turkeys. And, so we had a pretty busy day. I know tomorrow's going to be busy too. But I haven't made any product for sale up front in a while. I have a big project that is weighing on me right now. Unfortunately, like I said, everybody's been really patient with me. And I've actually had to turn down a few stuff. Everybody's wanting that last minute Christmas present. And I know in the next couple of weeks this is going to be non-stop, so that's one thing I've struggled with is, you know, the orders on the business side of it are nice because it keeps everything fluid, keeps everything going, but on the other end of it, the shop suffers a little bit too. Because there's not as much product as there could be out there. I actually had a conversation today with a buddy of mine who's a carver. His name's Alex Ward. And we were talking about inventory issues and, you know, as a carver, we always I always put myself in these like crazy situations, crazy deadlines, and somehow, some way, we make it happen, but it comes at a cost. week. We'll see this weekend, hopefully. Shabugala. I literally listen to Kill Tony every single day. I was gonna say it, but I didn't know if I could. I found him like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I've been listening to it non-stop. It is by far my favorite thing out right now. I love Kill Tony. I mean, it reminds me of hanging out with my family, because we always bust each other's balls and the stuff he says. I've been watching a lot of the old episodes now with the old band, and those guys were so funny. You got like a whole different respect for them. I didn't watch the new one yet, but yeah, Kill Tony is. It's my favorite, man. I've literally, when I tell you I've been listening to it nonstop, that is all that's been in my headphones. For at least the last week or so. It's so funny you say that. Love Kill Tony. They were up in Canada. Well, they've been all over the place, but yeah, Jeremiah and Joelberg. Those guys are absolutely hilarious. And I even noticed today, like their characters that they play, they'll play the music, they'll pick songs out that like go inside with the characters. So the one I was listening to earlier, they were blind, and so they were playing like Blinded by the Light. I mean, just funny stuff, man. It's hilarious. And Tony, I really like him. At first I did, and it took me a little bit to get into it. My uncle actually got me into him. And at first I was like, ah, this ain't that great, you know. But it is it's so funny. It is my favorite. What day you guys coming, Caitlin? I'm excited for you guys, man. I was talking about y'all today, and I can't wait for you guys to get down here and get settled in. Very excited for you guys. Yeah, they are. And like I said, the band of all things, I feel like they added such a. Sometimes Sony gets annoyed with them, and it's hilarious. But I've been listening to so much of it, like I can't repeat anything because I don't remember half the stuff they said. But I'll just be sitting here carving or doing something, and then all of a sudden just laugh out of nowhere. And I got Justin into it a little bit. He's been rocking them out too. So I thought at one point it would be cool to try to get on there and go see him live. But then I was like, what would I talk about, you know? I got to go see Jeff Ross many years ago when I lived in Charlotte, and I actually got on stage, and he roasted me pretty heavy there, but it was awesome. So funny. I like Tony because I know I'm just talking about Kill Tony now, but you know, it's not just like a hateful, like rips into him, you know. Some people he truly does, but he's got a respect for the people that are actually up there trying to give it a shot. I think it's cool, man. Yeah, absolutely love Kill Tony. It's so funny. Friday or Saturday, we have a lot more happenings. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, good stuff. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I don't... Well, you guys will have... Well, I guess I'll see you guys this weekend. You can tell me all about it. Yeah, that was with Jeffrey Ross. This was probably Man, I lived in North Carolina at the time, so seven-ish years ago when he was like really, really hot. Well, really popular with everybody. I hadn't heard anything from him in a while. I used to be pretty quick-witted. Especially with my uncle in particular. We would always rag on each other. But I've been kind of out of it for a little while. So I ain't as good as I once was. Well, that's coming along good. I'm not going to go super crazy into getting every little nook and cranny, because when I show you this stain, it's going to pull it all together. And so any like imperfections or mispaints will all just kind of blend in. And I'll tell you, this paintbrush is not great, but it's working. Yeah, I'm gonna let that marinate. I'm gonna grab this other piece and show you guys it real quick. Because right now everything's still pretty wet, and so the more I do to it, it's just gonna kind of blend more than it is going to cover. So let's just right here. So this is the background piece, and it's a little mountain scene with some grass and sky up here. Like I said, right now it doesn't look like much. See if I can line this up pretty good. This is going to glue on top of this, and it's just got a little mountain scene, and the cardinal is going to be the most prominent. I'm trying to look at my phone. There's a little delay, so just bear with me just a second. So the background, same process. I kind of just drew some mountains on, a little sky on there. Came in and chiseled everything and just kind of added some funky colors and gave it some little ridges. Nothing too crazy. I didn't want this, especially, I want this to be the focus, right? And so this in the background, I wanted it a little bit softer and but have depth at the same time. So this is actually going to go outside of their house. I'm just going through, kind of getting rid of some of the brush marks. Are you on here, Justin? I just saw your message. Yeah, isn't that crazy? So these are actually oh, that's awesome, Justin. These are actually tabletops from Lowe's, of all things, and they're made just those little homemade tabletop things. I've done a piece like this before, and you know, it's kiln dried wood that's all glued together, and it gives me the look that I'm looking for. So I'm actually going to do this this branch right now. I don't think I'm going to go too crazy. I want to find like a really natural, a little bit darker brown. I'm out of my other colors that I was thinking of. What I really want is this color. It's a burnt umber. What's up, Josh? Oh, I feel like I'm squeezing the toothpaste. This burnt umber is a really good earthy, more natural tone. And I'm just thinning it down like I did everything else. To create more of a stain rather than a paint. And I just want this branch to have just a little separation. It's not quite the color I want. What's this coffee bean look like? Worse. Weirdly, I don't have like a brown. Does anybody know what two colors make brown? Red and blue? quick. Oh yeah. Need to re-up on my paint stuff. Thank you, Justin. Burnt umber. Raw umber, maybe. I'm going to go a little darker with the branch because the stain's a real natural color by itself. What did I just put on there? Burnt umber. Let's try raw umber. I think the umber's got a little bit of a red to them. I'm not mad at that. What's up, Dusty? Hanging out, buddy? Yeah. Thanks, Justin. You guys see? There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of Canadians. I met a guy a couple of weeks ago. It might have been a month ago. I don't know. It all kind of blends in. From Canada. And I'm sorry if you're watching this. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. But it's very cool. It's very humbling to meet everybody from the YouTube channel. Yeah, we're everywhere. Yeah, it's Canadians. You gotta watch out for those Canadian drivers around here. But it's very cool. I've had a really cool experience with this, of being able to connect with people and meet people getting into carving and continuing their journey. And I've said this every time, I think, but hopefully through all of this, just my goal is really not to do anything other than maybe inspire some people and get them in the journey, and you know, sometimes the business gets very stressful, and it's very much a blessing to be busy. On the other end of it is not being able to carve as much as I'd like to, not being able to do these videos as much as I'd like to, because like these moments right now are just, it's the coolest thing to me in the world, you know. It's either sit down, hang out with you guys and chit chat and learn about you, and you know, even if we don't get to meet face to face, like this is really the next best thing, and you know, I look forward to seeing where this leads, and if it doesn't, like this is cool for me. You guys can just sit and hear me ramble on about nothing for hours at a time. So I'm not looking to completely cover everything. I'm looking for enough color to saturate it, because the stain is really going to pull it all together. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I am gonna add a little black. No, dude, I had a big lunch today. It's not my stomach. Yeah, sorry, man. The best part about that compressor is when you're talking to a customer, and it's out back, but it is very loud, obviously. But I was gonna go unplug it, but actually I'm gonna do that right now. How's everything going for you up there, Josh? You been able to do any carving yourself? I know it's been a little while since I've talked to you. I mean, minus yesterday, but... My thought behind this little black right here I don't know how well it's either gonna go good or not. It was to add a little bit of shadowing around the outside of the branch, just to give it a little more separation. Yeah, I don't hate that. Like a little blacks there. One of the biggest things is I wish I spent a little more time on the feet. Ugh. Change that up a little bit. Oh, that's cool, man. I love the little ornaments. I do it especially for kids around here that stop by, you know. I want, not everybody's got a ton of money to spend on carvings, and but I want everybody to feel appreciated, and maybe one day a kid will remember that and go home and want to try some kind of art. It's the most important thing for everybody. Kids, adults. I picture that. Yeah, I'm not mad how this watered black is reacting. I feel like it's just giving it just the right amount of shadowing. It's soaking in good enough. I think I'm gonna have a lot to the backside here. Other than carving, what's there to do up in Canada? Are you guys like hunkered down for the winter, or do you still have stuff you guys can do up there? all I'm doing is, I guess I could show it on here. I just got it turned around for right now, and just I have a little extra black, so I'm just going around the edges of everything. And that way, when it's on the other board, it won't look so pasted on there, I guess. It'll look more shadowy. It's my thought anyway. I just kind of made that up, so. I'm not mad at that. And just a little white. And I think the yellow ochre is going to be way too much. So I think I'm just going to use a little bit of burnt umber. And just give it kind of like half an eye. I had all my paints outside, so a little more orangey beak. think this orange is going to be a little more orangey than I want. Let's see how this turns out. I think with that yellow background, I can kind of blend it with some water. And get the effect I'm looking for. It's a little redder. Add a splash of red to this. See what it does. Not quite finding what I'm looking for. Okay. And the more I'm looking at this Cardinals, I'm not quite happy with that red at all. Let's see. Half hunkered, still finding stuff to clean up from September's hurricane. Sounds crazy, but it was a doozy. Oh goodness. Been helping a buddy of mine run electrical for heat pumps. Wow, that's super nice. Thank you. Sure, I'm changing it. Yeah, my family down in Florida, they just went through all that, the hurricane down there. And I've been through a few of them myself. Man, they're very humbling. It's a very humbling experience going through that because, I mean, those hurricanes are so powerful. And it makes you realize how vulnerable we all are. And, you know, any kind of natural disaster like that. We obviously don't get hurricanes here, but we'll get a lot of flooding. And, we lose power quite a bit. We get a lot of like hurricane force winds. So sitting here staring at the Cardinal pictures. And I wanted to go a little more vibrant, a little more orangey red. More red, but let's see where this goes. As that other red dried, I wasn't really happy with the way it turned out. So all I did was take some red, a little touch of orange, and some water. Yeah, I like this a lot better. And that, again, that stain will calm it down quite a bit. It's my favorite part of the whole process, is that stain. It's where everything really pulls together. Oh, that's a lot of orange. And I still might, I think I'm going to come back and feather brush some darker reds in here. But as of right now, kind of digging this little color combo. It's a little more vibrant. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I'm not much of a painter. I'm more of a repainter, so I guess it doesn't matter what medium or material they're using. Like I said, my whole process is trial and error a lot of the way. And seeing what I like, what I don't like. I just didn't like the way that was. Yeah, I'm actually going to my lady's family's house for Thanksgiving. Um, I talked to my dad earlier today. Yeah, he was on his way to church, and him and my grandma might come down over the mountain. So that'll be awesome. I was trying to get over there, and I might try to break off on a Sunday. Or I hate not seeing them for the holidays. Just gonna add just a couple little. Call me Fat Bob Ross. Happy birds. Just making happy birds. The funny thing is, I would be talking like this if I was by myself. So at least, at least there's people to respond around me. I'm not disappointed in that color. I think I want to add a little bit of white. And this is the thing. Man, especially in orders, I mean, I could sit here and paint this thing for hours and hours. But you gotta find that little bit of balance. I don't want this white to be super prominent. But I want it to separate. A lot of the feathers. Just to give it a little more depth. This one is not titanium white, but I have some, and I've used it in the past. And I actually like titanium white quite a bit. I think I'm out of it, actually. I had this little kit that was donated to me a long time ago. And I've been I've used it a lot. Let's see. I should get a like a Bob Ross wig. That's what I could have been for Halloween this year. A little crazy. I'm not looking for the white to do much other than just add where everything else is so dark. The white's very prominent. I think I'm going to stop with the white before it gets too crazy. Alright. A little spillage over here. That's really good. Yeah. I just got the beard trimmed up today. Especially after that video. I was feeling a little, maybe a little more mountainy than usual. I think I'm gonna add a little more burn to that. But I don't know if the beard hair would make a good Bob Ross wig. Might go the opposite direction. It would either look really, really cool or really, really weird. And I think it would look really, really weird. So I've shown this process before. You know, with each carving, I'm burning everything. Sometimes we burn a little heavier, sometimes a little bit lighter. But the burning, it'll really tighten everything in. If you burn heavier, it'll push down the soft grain, depending on the brush and stuff that you use. You know, you could leave down the, leave. What are you yelling at, Justin? Leave the hard grain pushed up. I'm not mad at this right now. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Get the big torch. I broke the big torch. I broke it. So I gotta get another one. I was borrowing Justin's, and I have to replace that. But I was looking for like those flamethrower guns. I thought that'd be super cool, but I really don't want to spend that much money on it. But one day we'll get one. I guess I can lift it up like this. Let me see if it's coming in okay. I'm gonna come back in with this dries, and I'm gonna kind of soften this the eye a little bit, but I don't have the best angle up here. Yeah, I gotta soften that eye quite a bit. So we can do that now. I think that's just enough to. Yeah. Well, I think I'm at a point with the painting. And I'm really eager to get the stain put on. Because from here, once it dries and cures. I'll be able to add some more highlights and lowlights wherever need fit. Because the stain's going to change everything. And I'm sure most of you guys know this, but with any stains, man, you want to make sure you mix it really well. Because you don't know how long it's been sitting on the shelf or where it came from. And all the color and stuff settles to the bottom. And this color in particular is called Ipswich Pine. And is my favorite color. It's gotten very expensive as everything else has. This little can, it's not even a quart. What is this? 8 ounces. It's like $10 at Lowe's now. And the gallons are like $100 a gallon now. Let me see, I gotta try to find a towel. Give me just a minute. You know, all I'm doing with this is saturating it as much as possible. And I'll be honest with you, this seems very weak. I seem very, very weak. Oh yeah. Huge difference. That's not even the same Ipswich Pine, but it's not clearly, not even close. So I guess this brings up another point, but see how golden that is and how light that is? See if you can see it there. Huge difference in color. But on your projects, especially with staining, if you happen to run out of stain, before you do, leave a little bit extra in the bottom of the can. Because if you're on a project and you need to color match, mixing the stain together will keep it pretty close. I mean, it'll keep it where it should be, because sometimes you can run into that, like I just did there. It's just fine. I don't even know her. It's funny. So, yeah, see the difference? Massive difference. Way better. Like I said, all this is going to do, it's going to pull the whole piece together. So let me do the background of this real quick. Because that oil-based stain is not going to cover the water base, but what it will do, if there is any lighter spots in the paint, it'll soak in that void and blend it all in together. So things that were as bright calm down, and things that were not noticeable, it just pulls it. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. It just pulls it all together. And I'm just being very, very generous with this stuff. Trying to make sure I get in every little nook and cranny. But you can see what I was saying with that branch. Just giving it a little bit different color to it, because if I just left it natural, it would have blended in a little too much. So it's going to calm down this red quite a bit. My plan tonight was to get it all glued together, but I think I'm going to let the stain really saturate overnight. See you, Caitlin. I hope you have a good night, Josh. Sorry I missed you guys chat a little bit. Appreciate you checking in. I know we've been on here for a while. But Caitlin, I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. And can't wait to see you guys this weekend and hear all the good news. I bought extra sweatpants that I am going to break in Thursday. And eat as much food as I possibly can. But this is pretty much the gist of it all. Let me hold it up. It's getting a little crazy over there. It's not glued together or anything yet. But that's what it's going to look like for the most part. I might still come in tomorrow and do some touch-ups and everything. I'm going to glue this together, screw it, and then on the edges here, I'm going to come back and grind it and make it so it's not like two tabletops, obviously, held together, but that's pretty much it. You can see like where everything seems so vibrant and raw that Ipswich pine really pulls everything together and gives it like a nice rich tone. Let's see if I can hold this. So you got nice depth in there. These two pieces will be glued and screwed together. That's it. So, a little mountain scene in the background. Sorry, I'm looking at it at the same time. But that, like I said, I'm going to see how everything settles tonight. It's a little cold, so it's going to take a little longer for everything to cure. But fairly happy with everything. Of course, with every piece, there's always going to be something. There's a lot that I could change. But when you get to this point, you know, it's kind of one of those things like, okay, let's do it on the next one. I think I'm okay. Like I said, I don't really like anything I make, but that's pretty much it. So, little cardinal. And this is going to go inside their house. They actually have a tiny home in Newport. Yeah, we'll let it sit. Like I said, I might come in and do some highlights and some lowlights. Add a little bit here and there. But that glue is not going to stick to this right now. I'm going to set it off. Set it off and let it dry. And tomorrow we'll throw some clear coat on it. Do a little sanding, a little gluing, a little screwing. It'll be good to go. But didn't quite get where I wanted to be. It's been an amazing day so far. Thanks, Chabugala. I don't know, am I saying that right? Is it Chabugala? Is that right? And thank you, Caitlin. I got my phone set up over here. Reading everybody's comments and stuff. But there's like probably a 5 or so second delay, and kind of throws me off a little bit. But I have a mess in here. I literally work like a hurricane's been through here. I still got a bunch of tools and stuff outside, and it's starting to cool down quite a bit. But I'm gonna cut the video off. We've been doing this, goodness, 2 hours. So I think start to finish, I was assuming about 20 hours, but I think that's still right. I'd say give or take a few hours, but around 20 hours. Yeah, that Tennessee accent. Man, I'll tell you what, I know I'm not super skinny, but with all these layers on, I just feel like I look like, I don't know. I don't even know what I was talking about. But yeah, so yeah, probably about 20 hours total. But you know, we're gonna be closed Thursday. Obviously, gonna spend some time with family, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you get to spend some time with some friends, some family. You know, of course, eat some good food, but more about the quality time with them. And so, I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to listen to me ramble and bamble on, and you know, join me a little bit on the creative process. I really enjoy these live streams. They're very long, and especially something like this, there's no way I can like expedite the process and without like editing the video. And so yeah, with that said, and me being a long talker, I'm going to I'm calling on up here. I'm gonna pick up a little bit, get warmed up, watch some Kill Tony, laugh a little bit, and I love you too, Shabugala. Shabugala. And yeah, I'll probably touch base sometime next week. I'm gonna try to do some carving videos. Like I said, there's just been so much going on. It's hard to do everything at the same time. But this is something that I'll be carving anyway, so I might as well have some conversation along the way and get to chit chat with y'all. But thank you for, like I said, taking time out of your day, your night, joining me on this journey of changing the world one piece at a time. I love you guys, truly, and God bless. Yeah, it's been a long day. But really, love y'all. Say it a lot. That's it. I'll, I guess you check out the Facebook page. I'll have a picture of it up. And if I remember, I'll try to do some links below. But right now, I'm just rambling. So, love y'all. God bless. I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you.